What's happening, everybody, and welcome to the Pops and Whiz SportsCast. We're your hosts. My name is Mr. Whiskers, and to my right is Papa K. Dad, how the hell are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I'm here.
All right. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day, wonderful evening right now. Hopefully you're happy and healthy, and welcome to the show. So, as you already know, it's draft day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And from what we found out so far, they had the draft-a-thon on YouTube, and we were watching a little bit of it before we got started tonight. And it turns out that the Giants at the number 4 pick drafted Andrew Thomas, I believe. So offensive line, that's definitely something we needed. As you could tell, I got my Giants gear on. Yeah, let's go offensive line.
Unfortunately, I don't know the guy, but I hope he's going to be good. And that's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Protection for Daniel Jones and, opening holes for Saquon.
Oh, yeah.
See what happens.
That's what we wanted. This is what we've talked about up until this point in time is really building in the trenches. Yeah. And so far, started off good. Hopefully they get Jedrick Wills Jr. as well, but we'll see what happens.
And again, the defensive end. You need a pass rusher. That's how you build a championship team. Offensive line, defensive line.
And just a shout out to the draft-a-thon right now. They've raised over $2 million.
Yeah.
For to go against COVID-19.
Yep.
So that's fantastic. People's generosity to just all of us coming together to fight this.
Yeah.
And
you see
get
the
through
commercials
this.
about New Yorkers. We'll fight this and we'll get over it.
New York, everybody.
Yeah.
We're all working
we're
together
in New York,
in this.
So.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
just fantastic right here. You know what, Dad? Cheers to that. Cheers to that. So we have a few things to talk about tonight. Obviously, the draft being one of the main focuses. We're not going to know too much more because
it should be over by now.
It should be over by now.
9:30 it said, yeah, but it's going to continue tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, 3 days, right?
Yeah. And again, they're not in a room like they used to be.
Yeah.
Arena, I should say. They're on screen and all that. It's a big difference,
Yeah,
there's
but
putting on uniforms, when you draft the number one guy.
It's funny because I had written I got my nice little piece of paper over here, and I write my little bullet points just to bring some topics up tonight. And they may not have the uniforms, but from what I understand is that the NFL had sent all possible draftees.
Yeah.
Every team hat.
Oh, okay.
So this way, when they get drafted, if they're on camera, they can, they got to, they're gonna have a Giants hat in there.
Yeah,
so
that's
maybe
smart.
Andrew Thomas went in there, grabbed his Giants hat, put it on in front of the camera.
Maybe a jersey even. You never know.
Well, I could see the hat thing being more of something easier to do than sending out with the 30.
But normally, when it was before this nonsense, they would put the jersey on.
They put the jersey on, but now at least you get a hat. So
yeah, you know what team you're going to be on.
So that's that I thought that was pretty cool right there.
Well, no,
without a doubt. And this is an exciting night for these college players being drafted by the NFL.
Are you kidding me?
So I can only imagine the nerves going there a little bit,
Possible future Hall of Famers down the road.
Down the road, we'll see what happens.
Great players, maybe on a Super Bowl championship team or whatever team they're going to. You never know.
Can't wait to find out a little bit more and find out who else the Giants draft.
Oh, I'm telling you.
As well as seeing what the other teams go for as well.
I don't care about the other teams. I don't care, really. It sounds rude, but if you, I just told you again, if you want to build a championship team, you have to bring the key players. You already got the running back and the quarterback you drafted.
You got that.
You got to get the offensive line and defensive line. Those are the guys in the trenches. Those are the guys that win you the Super Bowls.
Without a doubt.
In my opinion, only.
They're the reason why you have time to throw the ball. They're the reason the holes open up. And there's this possibility with this draft that we could build an O-line
into a new line.
into something that like what the Cowboys had a few seasons ago when Prescott and Elliott started up.
It's not overnight. Took Dallas like 3 years, I remember.
Yeah, no.
They kept drafting offensive, tackles, guards.
And that's what I wanted to see. So thank you, New York Giants organization, for finally answering what I have literally been talking about for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
When it came to Giants football.
Yeah. You're going nowhere. We've gone nowhere.
You're not gonna score points when your quarterback's getting laid out on his back.
Yeah, yeah. And the Jets got to do the same thing. Jet fans know that they have to protect Sam Darnold. He's a young guy, if you don't have an offensive line, if you only get 2.5 seconds of if that, you're not going to win.
Now, see, I don't know exactly where the Jets are in the draft with their...
They're going almost for the same thing the Giants are.
The Giants are?
Offensive tackle.
I know, but I mean, like, what pick do they have in the draft? Because I know we had the number 4.
Yeah, they have a bunch through trades. They have, 7 picks. They won 7 games last year, so they I don't know what their picks are right now. But they're looking, what I heard today, they're looking for a guy to protect Sam Darnold and open up holes for Le'Veon Bell. And they're drafting a secondary running back, a speedster.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell is not old, but, he's been around.
He's been around.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, too, I just also want to give a quick thank you to, there we go. To Victor, who commented on our last videos. Very, very nice words that you sent us, and we really appreciate that. Great channel. About to check out some more of your videos. We hope you enjoyed the other videos we've got up there. And, thank you for the tip as well. We'll definitely take a look at that in the future when we got some time to mess around there to promote the videos. But right now, we're having fun with you guys.
Yep.
And, getting ready for, just ready for this 2020 draft to keep unfolding.
I can't wait to
let's go G-Man.
Yeah, see who they draft next. Like I said, for both teams, Jet fans are looking the same thing. They got a young quarterback. They did better than we did last year.
Yeah.
But depending on the schedule, sometimes it's a lighter schedule for either side. And then again, doesn't matter who you play.
No,
don't matter.
They're all professionals.
Yeah, you can't take one team for granted.
Especially,
they stink, or they want to.
Oh yeah, this is a guaranteed win. The teams that are doing bad during the season are probably the teams you got to worry about the most because they don't have anything to play for at a certain point in the season. They're out there and they're trying out new things and different things.
Yeah, and they're playing for careers.
Yeah,
and
futures.
They're professionals.
And you're just in contenders
all the time. Doesn't matter how many games you. Think about teams that lose, a couple teams that lost 9 in a row, right? And boom, they play hard every damn Sunday.
Every day.
Or whatever day they play.
Which, by the way, welcome to the show, Mr. Oopsie. How you doing, man?
What's up, Bug? Oops.
Oopsie. How's it going, brother? Hopefully you're doing good today.
Go to work once in a while.
It's easier said than done, though. I want to go to work too, and they're laying us off.
I'm only kidding.
So hopefully your mom's doing good too, man.
Yes, please.
Our prayers go out to you and your family, and
give them my love.
Yes. So I had heard earlier today, and so on my drive into work right now, they got me working 3 days out of the week as of right now. So I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
And so, of course, on my way in, I like to have my egg sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
I've been drinking orange juice instead of coffee in the morning just to boost my immune system.
Yep.
And I was listening to the fan on the way into work. And they were interviewing some of these possible draftees. And I'll just tell you right now, granted that they can't talk about a lot right now. Obviously, they're very protecting their possible futures. You don't want to say anything too much before the possibility of you getting drafted.
Yeah.
But just in general, I'm just saying, these interviews have sucked. And I get it. There's not, your excitement for the draft and you can't talk about a lot. But I just, even in general, there's been few interviews right now that have really, really grasped my attention.
Different scenario.
It
was crazy.
Well, yeah, That's all like a lot of talk shows can do right now. Radio talk shows, TV, whatever, is just, not even like TV. Well, TV in the sense of just like online, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Like I said, I watched Michael K's show. He hasn't been out of the house, he told me.
Yeah.
He said he went to get a birthday card for his wife, and he looked like a guy that was going to commit a crime, the way he was dressed.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Good guys, how's it going? It's going good, Oopsie, man. Going good. I'd rather be home than risk getting sick. No, I feel you, man. Especially with your mom's health in concern. Like we definitely understand that. And he said, "Fuck no" to going to work. I'm guessing they offered you a voluntary layoff today, which I don't blame you for taking, man. I don't blame you for taking.
He's rich anyway.
Oh yeah, he's good to go. So excited about Andrew Thomas right now. Let's hope we get Jedrick Wills.
Yeah.
Jedrick Wills Jr. My apologies.
Who are they going to get for defensive end? Any word?
Well, defensive end, I can't give you too much information on right now from what I've grabbed.
Yeah.
I check these things on my lunch and on my breaks and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
You're a pass rusher.
Right now, this is a great start because, as Alex Wilson had tweeted out today, this looks like a damn attractive O-line right now. Andrew Thomas, who we drafted, and then it looks like Will Hernandez, Nick Gates / Cesar Ruiz, Kevin Zeitler, and Nate Solder.
Okay. So these guys, they'd say what position?
This is all offensive line.
Oh, wow.
So, these are, and this is just what he had tweeted out. This is what looks attractive to him. But
don't you think they should go for a defensive end somewhere?
Somewhere?
Middle linebacker?
Maybe.
You can't waste all these picks.
I think so.
Offensive.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah. Unless they got him already.
Listen, we did discuss this last week. Is that the tackles are deep this draft?
That's what you want.
Lot of great opportunities to grab a guy later in the draft. Honestly, I think with the Giants past seasons, building that offensive line is more important right now because of how deep the tackles are in the defensive end of it.
Yeah.
So you can go later in the draft for that. You got your quarterback in Daniel Jones. You got Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Now you got Thomas on the O-line.
It sounds like they're looking to score points.
Looking to score points, and
hopefully the defense can hold.
Hopefully they pick up as well some defensive.
Yeah, if you could score, Matt, I'll say 28 to 35 points, 31, whatever. You should win the game.
You got it. Your odds of winning the game go up.
Much better. Yeah. Last year the Giants scored 26, 28, and lost.
But see, that's the beautiful thing about football, Dad, is that even if you score 28 points to 3, you can still lose, and that was proven in the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking more. I know I want offensive line, but I would love to see some defensive pressure to challenge the opposing quarterbacks, rush them, make them make mistakes so your defensive backs look better.
Yeah.
Make picks.
I think there was a defensive tackle out there to pick up, but let me go over.
You got to get that. I'll just while he's looking at that, I always tell him I watched the highlights of Lawrence Taylor. I know it's way back, Michael Strahan. These guys created havoc for the quarterback. Your guys like that. Kiwanuka, Pierce. Before that, Kavika was his name, middle linebacker. These guys created havoc for the offense. Created fumbles, interceptions because they rushed the quarterback, tackles, sacks.
Yeah.
Make it miserable for them. And then, and how many turnovers? They got the ball back for the offense so many times because of that pressure.
Well, I think that's something this is my thoughts on the draft for this week right now, for tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, right? I think obviously now they've gone offensive line.
Yeah.
I say
priority right now.
I say you go offensive line again, and then think about the defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you go wide receiver. And you give Daniel Jones another target to throw to because he's proven he can throw the ball.
Without
He's
that.
proven also that he's very mobile. He's very quick on his feet. Just gotta work on not throwing off that back
We
foot.
don't have a deep threat.
I know, and that's something we need. So I'm thinking first 2 picks, O-line, wide receiver, maybe the D-line as well.
Yeah. If you can get somebody like, I hate to
And
say it,
Oopsie
Odell
agrees.
Beckham, a threat at all times, a deep threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, what's his name? Shepard? Is that his name? Yeah, but
You have Shepard. Yeah, a lot of the receiving core on the Giants right now are not deep threats.
No.
We're playing short 10, 15-yard passes here. You got to have that guy that's going to get to that 30, 40-yard bomb.
Yeah, without doubt, yeah. And they don't have that anymore. Right now, anyway. There's no deep threats.
No.
The guy they signed, 31-year-old guy, I think he's coming back from Detroit. Forgot his name already. That's how much I remember. Something Junior. Yeah, he was good. He made a lot of good plays last year.
Tate.
Golden Tate.
Yeah, Golden Tate.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if he's coming back. I think they only signed him for 1 year. So, now, like you said.
Well, they'll see. If they draft, there is a wide receiver out there. I saw
You want a youngster,
talks
right?
about
With
it.
speed.
I saw things tweeted out. I didn't see too many names.
No, me either.
So, but I do know there is a wide receiver out there. Let me take a look. Oh, so they did draft Andrew Thomas. Yes, oopsie. I believe they took Andrew Thomas. They had the fourth pick, and it was funny because we, as we were setting up the show, we had on the other screen over here they had the draft-a-thon on.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of great people from the time we tuned in on, from Joe Buck,
Jimmy Johnson.
Terry Bradshaw, Kelsey
Deion Sanders.
was on there, Deion Sanders, Strahan,
Barry Sanders.
even Ninja made an appearance on there as well. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, of course, was on there, and then of course Daniel Jones pops in.
Yeah.
Right as the Giants are getting ready to do their draft. And so they're asking him, they're like, Jones, do you know who they're in the draft? And he just started smiling. He's like, I don't know anything. And then it was announced, Andrew Thomas, drafted by the New York Giants.
Right after that.
Number 4 pick. And then they're like, you knew. And he goes, I know, but I couldn't let you know I know. So, yeah, Andrew Thomas is now a New York Giant, and in case you weren't in here, oopsie, when we talked about this, one of the things that we found out earlier today that NFL had sent the potential draftees all of the team hats.
Yeah.
So right now, I imagine Andrew Thomas is sitting there putting his Giants hat on, cracking open a cold one, walking around his house.
We hope. Again, I don't even know who the guy is. Again, I don't follow college.
Well, you know what? After the show, before you leave,
Yeah.
we'll look up some videos.
Yeah.
And actually, maybe Mr. Oopsie, if you could help us out here, because I was paying more attention to Jedrick Wills Jr. So if you know where Andrew Thomas played, please let us know in the chat, man.
Yeah. No. Again, like I said, I'm ignorant because, and we said it a couple of weeks ago. We got to start following colleges here.
Mm-hmm.
If it ever happens. You never know.
Well, when it does happen, though. I heard that the kid is a beast, man. So Ogden's heard some great stuff about Andrew Thomas right now.
Okay. Now, what position exactly? Does it say?
Shit.
Is he?
I just know he's on the
right
offensive
guard,
line.
left guard, offensive tackle.
I just know he's on the offensive line, but that's what, oopsie. Once
Yeah,
again,
what
you can
position?
give us a little help in the chat. Tell us what he plays. I don't want to...
Well, you need the guys on the corners. To me, I think they're the guards.
Key guys, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
But
Tackles are guards.
I kind of would like to have somebody close to the middle, just to stop those runs, those blasts through the middles.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be allowing things like that to happen.
No.
I want pressure on the quarterback, and I want to stop the run game.
And again, these guys are not going to grade overnight.
No,
unless they're superstars.
Listen, chemistry. It's very rare that diamond in the rough or whatever the hell the expression is.
Yeah.
But it's something that, and as Giants fans, we're got to be patient to begin with, because like I said in
which I'm not.
previous episodes of the show, is that yes, you have zero patience, Pops.
No.
Zero.
I want to win tomorrow.
Yeah. Like the Giants could go 12-4, and he'd be like, they should have won 13-3, and it's like,
again, like this guy's great in college. The guy you mentioned, another guy, but you never know. Now you're in the NFL.
You have to see how they adjust.
Right.
Yes.
Now you're playing the best,
and that's something we had mentioned last week about how there is, like in baseball, there's single A, double A, triple A. I'm not going to go over it again, but there's a lot of things. And then in an NFL, it's college, pro.
Right. See how good you are.
There's a lot of pressure there. Not saying that there's not a lot of pressure in the other sports, but in my personal opinion, I feel like there's a lot more pressure as an NFL player, because you're coming right out of college.
Most of the time, you don't put them in the game right away.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sit. Unless there's an injury, they'll sit for a while. Maybe a whole year.
Got to learn the playbook.
Yeah. But in my opinion,
and how things change.
You drafted him, get him in there.
No.
That's my opinion. I said, get him in there.
Well, here's the thing, Dad. Okay, let me finish chewing. My apologies. All right, let's just take Andrew Thomas, for instance.
Yeah.
You draft him. You put him in right away. Not even week 1. We're talking preseason. He goes out to practice, folds his ankle on a play.
That's part of the game.
It's part of the game,
can't
but
look at it.
But no. But the way you're looking at it is they have no idea in NFL, right? They know football. I'm not saying they don't know football, but they don't know professional football yet. They're on their way to to really being a professional player, and you're going to put them in there against guys that are going to chew them up day one. And you're risking the potential. Especially like, let's just say Andrew Thomas right now. Your first pick, and you're gonna risk him that early because you're like, no. You should know.
Yeah, no.
No, that's foolish.
No,
that is completely foolish.
No. I get him in there right away.
That is 100%, because then once again, if he gets injured, he hasn't learned anything. Let him learn something for a couple weeks.
Injury's part of the game, but
but let him learn something about being an NFL player.
Even if you don't start him right away, by game 4. Put him in.
Okay, now we can start talking here.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying like week 5 or week 6, put him in for a quarter or two. That's one.
Or even in game 1 or game 2, substitute him for one play.
For a play. Okay.
And then get bring the regular guy back in.
The way I interpreted what you said is putting him for a whole game.
I would, but that's just me.
Nah, man.
First of all, you don't have the experience. But they're going to teach him that in training camp, if there is a training camp.
Yeah, but regardless of what you learn in training camp is different from what you're going to see on the field in the actual live moment of the game.
If there's a training camp.
I know, but I'm just saying that, like, okay, let's just pretend right now, just follow me on this, that there is a training camp.
Yeah.
Then there is preseason, then there is regular season. How much do you think a kid out of college is going to learn right off the bat and come into week 1 and go, fuck it, I'm ready?
Well, his coaches now.
It also, you need to watch the films. You need to be out on the field. You need to,
Of course.
The other guys got.
We don't even know what's involved.
I got an idea.
Well, with their films and what they, what the guy comes into camp. Let's say we start in July. Training camp.
Yeah.
If this nonsense is over, thank God, I hope. Right away, they're gonna show him films of what you got to do, how you got to do it. They're gonna show films what he did in college. Can you do that in the pros? You're going to face this guy who's a monster on that side that you have to protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Are you fast enough?
Can you do it? And you got to remember, too, plays change every season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe there'll be similar plays used, in the next season.
It's another thing with it, Jazz. You just said it. Plays. Be a little diversified. Stop being
so telegraphed.
Telegraphed of what's coming. How about a couple of plays that nobody's expecting?
Well, that's what I really want to see out of Joe Judge and the offensive coordinator for the Giants.
Again, new coach.
Because I want to see some plays written around. Now, so far, since the things we've talked about on this show, things that I've gotten pretty excited about right now, knowing that we got Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Seeing how highly valued he was on Twitter, online, all over the board.
Yeah.
To pick him up, I think is awesome. But now we have to see, like I said, we got that. I want to see the plays written.
I'd love to see ways from and.
We'll look it up unless Oopsie knows.
Yeah.
Like Oopsie, if you could find that information out for us, we definitely would appreciate it.
I would love to see who this guy is.
I haven't had a lot of time to.
No, you don't even know who the guy was, right? Before today?
No, I knew who he was.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I've heard his name quite a few times.
Okay. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I got stuff.
So he's a very, and even like Oopsie said though, he plays like a beast. I haven't been able to capture any plays. I've heard his name. I know how valued he is right now in the draft.
Well, obviously they drafted him at number 4.
Yeah.
Which we would have thought it would have been the other guy we were talking about. So.
Well, yeah, there are a couple because Tristan Wirfs and Jedrick Wills Jr.
Yeah.
Those are two I think are going to go very quick as well. Because I thought the Giants were going to go for either one of those guys.
Do the Giants have a shot at either one? Or is it going to be up for grabs for the other teams to get him? Do they make a deal?
I look at it this way, with how valued I've seen them on the O-line as an offensive lineman. Other teams that desperately need offensive linemen, you'll probably see them disappear.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if tonight, when all is said and done, they're no longer a draft option.
That's bad.
Especially because there was just seeing some of the...
Andrew Thomas is one guy.
Some of the clips...
You need more than that.
No, without a doubt. And I'm sure they have a game plan. I'm sure they have a game plan. I hope they have a game plan.
Hasn't been very good for the last 9 years.
I know, but this is a good start right now.
Yeah.
Point being, this is a good start, Chad.
And I'll say, first of all, if you draft an offensive line, and let's say they're successful, and let's say Giants go 8-8 this year by some miracle, that's a start.
That's a fantastic season right there.
Be at 500. They haven't been at 500 since that, when they went 11-5, which I don't know how they did that.
7 years ago?
Yeah, no, I think it was like 16, 15. Eli was, when he lost to Green Bay.
Okay.
But again, everything went right that year.
Yeah.
But after that, right away, they went in the toilet again.
So
3-13. Who wants to watch this team?
I know. And being a Giants fan, it's like I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it till I'm literally big blue in the face. That being a Giants fan is like riding a roller coaster.
Oh my God! And
that's your ups, your downs, your ups, your downs. So if anybody knows that, you know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ride sucks, and sometimes it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
But
I'll repeat myself. I was a Giant fan, 61, 62, 63. And before the Super Bowl, they were in the championship games. Didn't win any. Why you tell? Then it took.
No.
73, 83. 22 years till they won a Super Bowl. 86. That's a long wait.
That's a long wait.
Yeah. And I went to the games. I was a young man. I went to Yankee Stadium, at that time when they were still playing there, before the Meadowlands. Tickets were like $7, $8 to sit up in the upper deck. I went.
Well, I think we're on that slow climb now to rebuilding this Giants team and just seeing now you got to, and I agree with what you said in previous episodes that is do everything you can right now to protect Jones and Saquon because especially Saquon, you don't want to waste the talent that this man has.
And he has. Yeah. He's shown that in 2 years.
With an average offensive line.
Right.
I won't say no offensive line because they have gelled, they have built some chemistry, but the potential, the stats that Barkley could put up with a great offensive line, it could be mind blowing.
Yeah.
He could blow everyone away with what he could do.
An offensive line that can open holes. This guy, exaggerating maybe, he got 1,500 yards rushing.
I think so.
Yeah,
that number was in my head.
Yeah, easily because he he got, 1,000 yards or whatever the first year.
He got a little over 1,000, I
Yeah.
believe.
And he was a great receiver, too.
Oh, he's got hands. He can, and that spin move still.
Yeah.
You know it's
No,
coming.
he's got it all. I always worry about his injury when he got hurt with the ankle thing, but,
But he bounced back.
yeah, I think they brought him back too early, but
Oh, but you can't see. You got to pick a side of the fence, Pops.
yeah, I know.
Right, chat? Papa K. He doesn't pick a side of the fence right here. And he tells us, you got to toughen up. And then they brought him back too early.
That's what they said.
You contradict yourself
No, I didn't
sometimes.
say that. That's what they said. Yeah, Giant.
I know, but what you had said earlier in the show
I
is
know,
that you
let
got
him
to
play,
toughen
let him
up.
play. Yeah, well, it's a different era. I don't think they're as tough to use.
Yeah, but see, when it's a guy like Barkley and then he gets hurt, and then now you draw back a little bit, and you're like, oh, whoa, now
100 running backs years ago, last 12 years, now their lifespan is like 4. Hello? They're not that tough anymore.
Well, I think, and I'm just gonna throw this out there,
Yeah.
is that as times have changed, the game was different 40 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
No, yes, it was.
Tough. It was tougher.
So tougher is not different.
Okay. Well, they changed
There
the
wasn't
rules.
there wasn't as many rules, and
No,
then
and
people
they still played
developed CTE, and then
Jim Brown's still
tragic
alive.
suicides.
Jim Brown's still
I'm
alive.
saying but we're talking about the people that aren't,
Yeah.
and it's because we could have done more,
So,
and now we're doing more to protect. So it's not about getting tough.
I
It's
think-
about using your head.
I think they're overdoing it a little bit, though.
Okay, I'll agree with you in some senses, like the kicker and the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because and we've all seen it with punters and kickers where like you brush their shoulder and they do a fucking somersault and fall down and you're like, I didn't even know he could do a flip like that.
Well, how about the referee calls against the quarterback? When the guy touches him.
That's
And-
what I mean. In midair, tackle, midsection,
it's 15
lays him down. It's
15
roughing the
penalty.
passer.
Yeah. No.
He was defenseless.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, those are things I'll agree with you on.
Yeah.
In it getting softer. But in the toughness of the
The
players,
league has made them softer.
in the toughness of the players is kind of where I'm going to go back and forth with you on, because once again, if a 280-pound straight up train of muscle ran me over, yeah, I'm not playing the whole toughness card right now. I'm praying I can breathe again.
Yeah. But they are trained for this.
They are.
Yeah. They're trained to hit as hard as they can, right? And when they do, they call a penalty defenseless.
And then think about it though, with how much
Bothers me.
bigger and stronger these
faster,
players are getting faster every
Oh my
year.
God, yeah.
That means you're getting hit harder and harder and harder every year.
And you're taught that in training camp, yet
So going from 40, 50 years ago to now, you're getting hit harder and harder and harder and harder and harder as players become more and more strong,
I think
bigger,
those guys
stronger.
40,
aggressive.
50 years ago hit just as hard. They
Well,
may be not
There's
as
no
fast.
way to prove it, but
No, and they were not as big, obviously, because in the early days, in the 70s, whatever, the average defensive line was 285 pounds. What are they now? 350, 380, 370. How long do these guys last?
well, that's the thing.
They're
with
so
it.
big.
I know they're so big, and and the thing is, it's the lifespan of a football player. Unless you're a quarterback or something,
And
it's not
they,
very long.
Can they play 60 minutes? That's another thing. When these guys, by the third quarter, fourth quarter, they're pooped.
Oh, the defense?
Yeah, the big guys. Now you got an offense, or vice versa, that are like, let's say, a little
Well,
lighter.
once again, it all goes back to the play calling.
Yeah. And
Because
their conditioning.
if you're keeping their offense off the field and their defense on the field,
Yeah, they're going
it's
to get
all
tired.
about getting,
One's going to get tired.
exactly.
Seems the offensive line never gets tired, but the defensive line, if they're on the field.
Offensive line, yeah, you just got to block.
Yeah, defensive line, if they're on the field.
I don't mean to say they just got to block, but
Yeah.
you don't have to run a 30-yard route.
No, if they're on the field for 38 minutes, they're going to be pooped. Game is 60 minutes, right?
But that's why I always kind of felt that, if you can gain a significant lead in the first half,
keep the defense off the field.
you keep your defense off the field, their defense on the field, your percentages of winning are better.
Without a doubt.
But
KC proved it.
oh yeah,
No. He's a great quarterback, Pat Mahomes, right? Young guy, stud, Probably going to win multiple Super Bowls, in my opinion, only. If he stays healthy. This guy is phenomenal.
Well, we're going to see. I can't wait to see what happens to the rest of the draft. I want to get into 2 more topics before we go on our first break. And so I wanted to know, Dad, your thoughts on Gronk coming out of retirement, joining the Bucks for a year for $10 million to play with Brady again.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. He didn't look that good, big, like I was telling you earlier, when he retired, and he was hurt a lot before he retired with the Patriots. Maybe now, I think this might be just a gung-ho thing. I want to get back with my guy, Tom Brady.
You think that's
on a different team? No, they still got to pay him $10 million.
They still got to pay him 10. You should probably after taxes be 7.
Whatever.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. It's $7 million.
I'm sure he's pretty wealthy to begin with. He made enough money on the Patriots.
Yeah, I think he even made a statement once that he hasn't even spent a dime of his NFL money. All the money he's ever used was his endorsement money.
Now, mind you, like you said, this guy is a great, great tight end. What he was with the Patriots, barring injuries, But I don't know. He's going to a Tampa Bay team with his old quarterback, different team.
He definitely wants to play with Brady. His trust is in Brady.
Obviously, no,
which is kind of says something right there. I just thought of that now.
Yeah.
Is he didn't want to? He wanted to play with Brady.
Yeah.
Not Belichick, one of the greatest coaches.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah. No.
So that's that's
his
a little
allegiance
interesting
was to Tom Brady, not Bill Belichick.
I know, but one of the greatest coaches in the league, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He believes that the success is with Brady and not Belichick.
Not Belichick, yeah.
It's just that just occurred to me now. That's interesting.
No. Whether the season starts, we don't know. If training camp starts, he's going to have to get back in shape. Miss a year. That's major. You saw Le'Veon Bell missed the whole year with the Steelers and went to the Jets.
Yeah, but
different team. I get it.
Here's the thing too, and then Witten though. You got Witten. Witten wasn't half bad when he came back.
Yeah, but they didn't.
And Witten was a tight end.
Yeah,
and then you just compared a tight end to a running back.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying the guys that left the league.
I know, but in different positions, I imagine the circumstances change.
Witten was the guy that he was.
I know, but I imagine do you agree or disagree? The circumstances change a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Because,
but again, he came back to the same team. Le'Veon Bell went to a different team.
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers had a much better team than the Jets.
And exactly. So you can't.
And a better quarterback.
Just going back to what you were saying. Well, when Le'Veon Bell came back, you're making your own point too. Yeah. Is that yes? When Le'Veon Bell came back, he came back to a different team, different playbook, where maybe he would have played better if he stayed with the Steelers.
Yeah. He was with Roethlisberger.
My thoughts.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, just like what's his name, the wide receiver who has all the problems on Pittsburgh.
Oh, Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown, yeah. Look at what he did with Pittsburgh.
Well, he's not on Pittsburgh.
No, but he was.
He was.
All his career. The guy was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He whatever his nonsense goes, Antonio who?
He's gone.
Yeah, went to the Patriots, 1 week, gone. He can't shut his mouth. That's his problem. He has great talent, but he can't stop talking. Shut up. You blew $30 million because of your stupid mouth.
Well, not discussing Antonio Brown right now, but going back into Gronk, going to Tampa.
We'll see.
Kind of interesting to see what unfolds there.
We'll see.
How well, they have chemistry, so obviously,
Do they still have it, though? It's a year later.
And like you've always said, can Gronk stay healthy? Can he stay on the field for an entire
season? Great tight end.
No, I'm not fighting that.
And you have a different offensive line now in Tampa Bay. This is not New England. Different coach. We'll see.
Can you play 13, 14 games?
Without a doubt. You'll see. But
because as a tight end, and you're a lot of the times you're in the middle, and that's the kill zone right there.
And he's supposed to block too, besides getting receptions.
Oh yeah. I just wonder if, for me, for Gronk, he just didn't feel like being an announcer, being in a booth or anything.
It was terrible.
It wasn't the fit for him.
I don't want to knock him. It wasn't terrible. But I got the sense from the other people that I've heard.
He had
that he wasn't the guy.
when like they had him out there with the microphone. He had a different energy than most people.
Yeah. No,
He still had that party like energy, like wow,
no,
let's go.
Yeah, he was like still on the field.
Yeah, he was still like
Not
ready
an
to
announcer,
like,
no.
yo, let's shotgun a beer
The
right now.
quarterback from Dallas that became an announcer, Romo. Right away, he fit in, and they rewarded him like you wouldn't believe. I think he got a $100 million contract, something like that.
And I do think that and I understand that Gronk has gone through a lot of injuries in his career.
Yeah.
And I can understand why that would kind of sway your mind.
Not in the beginning.
I know, but let me just say, like, I get that, I know that.
Yeah.
But like that could sway because when you're younger, you heal faster. As you're getting
and you don't
older,
get hurt.
As you're getting older, I'm 32 right now. I pull a muscle in my arm.
Right.
It's 2 weeks of holy shit.
Yeah,
Someone
right.
put a trank in my neck. I can't take this anymore.
Yeah, I got sciatic nerve. I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
And I'm 97. And no.
But it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna work. Especially now, coming out of retirement, we don't know how long the situation that the world is in right now is going to last for.
Right. Is there training camp in July?
And is he in his house right now? Does he have a gym? Because bringing the gym back up, this is leading into the second thing I wanted to talk about. So, Dad, I just thought it'd be fun to tell you this one.
Go ahead.
And also, Felicia, I do apologize if you watch this video. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but did you know that Brady was kicked out of a Florida park? They noticed the park's closed down, and they had spotted a gentleman working out in the park, and then they went over. It was
Tom Brady.
It was Tom Brady. He was exercising in the park, and they're like, "Listen, it's closed down because of COVID-19."
Yeah.
But I just I thought that was.
No.
I thought it was a little
That's almost
humorous.
funny.
It is. It was what?
I'm Tom Brady. Get out.
You don't kick me out, I kick you out.
Yeah. My wife is Giselle or whatever her name is.
Yeah, no, that's right.
No, sorry. All right.
All right, let's go on our first break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with us. So, as we're jumping back into things, we just wanted to go over a few things really quick. Something I had heard on the news today I thought was very interesting. Going back with COVID-19 real quick is that they did a test using, I believe, saliva that had a virus in it, COVID-19 virus in it. And they had tested it in certain temperature conditions to see how long it survived for. And under some of these conditions, it showed like summer-like conditions, sunshine, things like that. Well, not sunshine, but like summer-like weather. 70 to 75 degrees, and like a humidity of 80%. And the virus was only able to survive for 2 minutes in those conditions. And I believe with the humidity even lower at 20% with the same conditions, it only lasted a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So I think right there, we're learning more about this virus every day. And, once again, a huge thank you to the people on the front lines, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, scientists, essential personnel.
They're figuring us out. This is a start.
We're getting through this.
Hopefully, like you just said, what if it hits 90 degrees and humidity is 100%?
Maybe it only lasts 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Maybe it only survives for 30. Yeah.
That's the hope.
So let's do. I'd like to do a quick cheers to the people on the front line.
Cheers.
Thank you.
They're the ones who are going to solve this problem. The chemists, scientists, the geniuses of the world. We repeated from last week.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to figure this out sooner or later.
And they're saying the time frame for a vaccine could as of right now could be as early as beginning of 2021. Hopefully sooner. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. We'll see.
But let's get back into some more sports talk right now. So we had discussed, we had a little fun with Tom Brady and Gronk there for a second. Reuniting. That's I'm curious to see how the Bucs do. How big of a difference? Because one of the things that I was always curious about is how much does a single player or two do they make a significant difference on a team that has struggled?
No.
You don't think so? No. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to see what the Bucs do this coming season, and I'm excited to see that division of Patriots, Jets, Miami, and the Bills, just to see what happens there. I've talked about that before, but that's just how excited I am, ladies and gentlemen.
My opinion.
I'm excited to see what happens in that division.
Depending on if Belichick gets a miracle, I think Buffalo's going to sweep away with that division.
You think Buffalo's going to take it?
Oh, they've been good for the last year or two.
Well, you said the Jets won 7 games, right?
Yeah.
I think with Darnold right there as quarterback, I think that there is some potential right there that you're going to see a nail biter between.
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm picking it right now. If we really got to work on getting this Pops Picks boards.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's going to be a nail biter between the Bills and the Jets. That's my predictions for the season coming.
It's not automatic anymore. Where when the Patriots had who they had, where. Most people say Jets going to lose 2, Miami's going to lose 2, and Buffalo maybe go 1-1.
Yeah.
Now, no Brady. Who knows?
It's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, maybe the Jets and the Bills and Miami can beat these guys.
We'll see.
And maybe the New England Patriots don't win the division for a change.
I want to see, and I really do believe that there's going to be a level of excitement there, just between, Miami. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for Miami as of right now.
Oh.
We'll see how the draft goes, though. You never know who they're going to pick up.
Well,
What was their record again last season?
They weren't good. No.
Did they do worse than us?
Yeah, right in the ballpark,
So they got a top pick too now.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Miami, Let's see, who was the other team that was terrible? Giants, Miami,
Detroit.
Yeah, they were bad. Oh my God, I'm trying to think.
How did Cleveland do?
Cleveland was bad again. Yeah. But again, I don't know what they did when they got Beckham. If they gave up draft picks, they took his contract. So I don't know.
Well,
They weren't very good with the quarterback and Beckham. And the guy made the point today. He goes, they got Beckham and the other guy, Jarvis Landry, is that his name?
yes.
Yeah. And they did nothing. Why? No defense, no offensive line. And, you got star players that they're stars, but they're not because the team is not that good.
Another thing I found interesting, too, just going back to Brady,
Yeah.
was do you know where he's staying right now?
No.
So, right now, Brady is currently renting Derek Jeter's house. The Tampa Bay Times reported. According to the newspaper, the 30,000 square foot mansion has 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 2 boat lifts.
Sure, what a surprise.
Yeah, I get, and as it said, Brady had posted on Instagram an image of his family on the beach, calling it a truly unique Easter.
By the way, Jeter, as the CEO of the Marlins, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Him and all the executives that own the team all took pay cuts.
To help.
Yeah, to help right now.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me with Jeter. He's a class act.
Yeah, he's kind of rich too.
Well, he's rich. But see, and I'll say the same thing about Brady, though. Even when he was a Patriot,
He took pay cuts.
he took pay cuts
Yeah.
so that the team could get. That tells you something about that individual.
He
right
wanted
there.
to win.
And,
he didn't want to, get rushed and killed. If it was a matter of $2 million or whatever. Okay, Brady, you're gonna get $19 million. Can you handle 13? Yeah. Yeah. Get me an offensive tackle. And
I think it still shows you. We all know that these players make millions of dollars, but it still shows you something about their character.
Yeah.
In that sense, because
Not too often.
as we talked about earlier before the break, on how a lot of players in the NFL, your lifespan in the NFL is short.
Depending
So
on
you
your
got to
position.
make as much money as you can
Yeah,
because.
on your position.
And another thing is, this is not guaranteed. Like in baseball, you got guaranteed cash coming.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring it up again. Flacco, right? $51 million up. He got cut.
Yeah.
Somebody has to sign him. Then he'll get that money again.
Yeah. And that doesn't really tempt you to sign that. No offense
And
to
he
Flacco.
failed the physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That puts up a lot of red flags right there.
Sure. Difference in baseball, But again, baseball, you guaranteed the money. No matter
Baseball, very good to me.
what. Yeah. No matter what happens in baseball, you get hurt. Stanton, prime example, right? Severino.
Speaking of baseball, though, since we brought up the subject of baseball,
Go ahead.
which I'm sure everybody already knows, but I want to hear your thoughts on A-Rod actually
yeah.
buying the Mets.
If I'm a Met fan, I'm all for it. If they can accumulate enough,
Is that A-Rod money invested into the team?
not even his money, it would have to be more than that.
Well, if
I
it
don't
was
know how much-
A-Rod and J-Lo, because
Yeah, I
could you
don't know how
imagine
much-
combined their
I don't know
net
how much
worth
they're
is?
worth, yeah. But again, like they, Steve Cohen was rejected, right? He was a billionaire.
Oopsie goes, shit, give me $100 million. I ain't greedy.
Yeah.
I know $100 million these days, right? That's not too much money, Oopsie.
It isn't. Yeah. All these guys are billionaires, like Steve Cohen. Who,
Shit, I'll be a third stringer on the bench for the rest of my career
I get
for
it.
$500,000 a year.
If I'm the Met organization and if the Wilpons want to sell A-Rod, to me, as crazy his career has been, great play, steroids, all that nonsense, he is one of the most genius baseball knowledge that I've seen. He knows the game.
And I've also heard too that this is before Yankee days. He's a Mets fan.
But he's supposed to be signed by the Mets. before the Yankees.
So I didn't, the things you learn every day. I didn't know that, but
yeah.
it turns out that A-Rod is a Mets fan, and he definitely supports the Mets organization. So it would be interesting to see what he would have to offer to the Mets organization.
And why not retaliate against the opposite team that he was on? Why not? Yeah, look at Jeter, lifetime Yankee, right? He becomes the CEO of the Marlins.
Yeah.
Go figure that one out. On a crap team that has an attendance of 6,000 people. Where he was used to playing in front of, 40, 50,000 people?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, maybe he sees potential there, and it's
going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. Hold on a second, though, Dad. We got something in chat right here. Got Mr. Oopsie. I think it's a good idea because he will know what the team needs from a former player standpoint.
Without a doubt.
Agreed, Oopsie.
I agree. 100%.
And I think,
and like I said, even Michael Kay used to say, this guy's knowledge of baseball as a player and as a manager was, what's his name? The guy was on Baltimore. Buck Showalter.
yes.
Genius mind in baseball.
And I really...
Got screwed.
I really think, too, with the A-Rod, if A-Rod acquires the Mets, right?
Yeah.
And now, I imagine he's not going to be full owner.
That's what he's looking for.
That's what he's looking
Him
for.
and his wife. Yeah.
They're looking for full ownership. Well, I think so that you know what though, in that sense, I think it even works better because with his knowledge of the game and their combined net worth to begin with, what they'll be able to provide for the Met team, and just what the Mets have already. I mean, you and me talk about how phenomenal their starting pitching is.
Oh.
And
make changes.
Yeah.
If he's the CEO, right? Him and his wife, whatever. Yeah. I'm sure he'll make the decisions because I don't think she knows baseball. I don't think.
Well, I'm sure A-Rod has a... No, I don't know
She'll
how...
be the
see, I don't want to say anything in that. With J-Lo, I don't know how much she follows baseball.
Right.
I don't want to make these assumptions, but I do think with A-Rod's knowledge of the game, of the sport...
And he played for 20 years.
And he played for 20 seasons.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of rings.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, with that at hand, it doesn't hurt. Now, how well the Mets fans take that in as a former Yankee buying your team?
I don't think they care. Yeah, Joe Beningo's a Met fan, man.
I'm sure. Okay.
I think he would welcome it.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had heard something. I think.
Well, he doesn't think it's going to happen.
I think
it'll money.
If it did happen, I think it'd be a 50-50, maybe even a 60-40. I think 40%.
I'm a Met fan. I would greet him with open arms, regardless of his career. And you blew it. You should have had him in 2002 when the Yankees signed him.
Yeah,
they could have had him, and they refused. And this guy was hitting 59 home runs, regardless of what his status was with steroids. In Texas.
But, I mean, how many players are on steroids? Nobody knows.
At that time? Who knows?
At that moment in time? That's what I mean. Nobody knows. They have a list out, right? But I'm sure that there was a few that got away from that list.
Probably over 150, if not more.
So I'm thinking that. Moving forward, and also let us know in the comments, too, what you think of A-Rod purchasing the Mets, A-Rod and J-Lo.
He'll need more money than that. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm actually wondering how much they're worth. Both of them combined.
I don't think they're billionaires.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Well, maybe combined.
That's why I don't think he'll get full ownership.
That's what he wants, though.
Yeah, I know, but he ain't going to get it because he ain't got that... I don't think he's got that kind of money.
But if he gets like Steinbrenner did in the 70s, Steinbrenner had no money. He had $10 million, right? He bought the Yankees. He borrowed bunch of money from
You think A-Rod's that dedicated to this idea that he would borrow?
Oh hell yeah! If he wants to buy a team, you saw what Jeter did. He got the team right away. He got the Marlins.
It would be interesting to see A-Rod.
The Mets going to cost him.
I mean, right? Hey, listen. If he's a Met fan, right? I think it would be great for them. I think it would be a plus for the Mets.
Without a doubt.
I think it would be a boost.
Like I said, Joe Beningo, he said, without a doubt,
I'm
bring him
gonna-
in. He wanted Steve Cohen and get rid of the Wilpons. Because Beningo's a huge Met fan, you know.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, bring him in. And when that dissipated, boom, that didn't happen. Wilpons don't want to sell.
Now,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Dad.
Go ahead.
It was something I saw. I thought it was such a great idea that I wanted to know what your dream starting lineup for the New York Yankees would be, using players from the past, from the start of the Yankees up until now. Your top 9 in the lineup.
Oh.
Who would you pick?
Oh my God, that's a tough one.
Because I saw something very interesting. I don't know if I screenshot this one, but just what do we got here?
How past though?
All the way back to like the Yankees starting to the Babe Ruth days.
Oh my God.
Like we're talking.
Can you imagine a team though? Yeah. All right, say. All right, I didn't even know who was.
What is the dream lineup that you could put together using players? Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Oh my God.
Using players from now to all the way back when baseball started. But you can only pick Yankee players for a Yankee lineup. So and to all the other fans out there that follow this channel and watch this show right now, think about that as well, because like we are Yankee fans. I'm curious to see what his dream lineup would be using past to present players, top 9 starting lineup. You know, if you're a Mets fan, if you're a Marlins fan, if you're a Red Sox fan, like think about that. Like your dream team, your dream lineup.
Yankees had so many great plays. Whatever.
Creating your own murderer's row.
Where do I put Mickey?
Oh, I know where I'd put Mickey.
You got Lou Gehrig. You got Babe Ruth.
I know, but I know where I'd put Mickey. Especially here, let's make the question even more interesting. It's that lineup in today's fields.
Oh God.
Because I'm putting Mickey at cleanup.
Yeah, that was Lou Gehrig's spot, but I don't know. That's tough.
I'm putting
The front lineup would be, in my opinion, greatest Yankees that I saw, didn't see. You got to put Jeter in there. You got to put DiMaggio. You got to put Gehrig.
That's your third,
Ruth,
4,
Mantle.
5. This is your lineup: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, no, I'm just mentioning them. I don't know.
No.
I don't know where I would put them. Where do you put 4 out of 5 of power hitters?
I know. That's what makes this question interesting, and I thought it was a really, really awesome thing to see on Twitter. That's such a great question. I fucking should have taken a guy's
But
name.
again, 4 to 5 I said were outfielders. You know,
We're not talking about
positions.
position players. We're talking about your offensive lineup hitting.
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Mattingly would be right there, in my opinion. Jesus. In a short span, Reggie Jackson. He was there with the Yankees for like 6
No
7
spans, no nothing. It's just whoever you want. Like
Yeah.
the dream players that you would love to see play together on the same team, same lineup, going out there.
Again, all the guys I mentioned, they don't have the positions to
No,
play.
no, but we're not playing positions, Dad. We're playing
Okay.
hitting. Stop. Take the positions out of
All
it.
right.
I already said that. I already took that out.
All right.
Your dream lineup.
That I know.
It's a dream.
That I've seen and not seen.
All right. Who's hitting first?
Jeter.
Jeter. I like that. I got the same. 2. Who's in the number 2 spot?
Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig. All right. Number 3.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. Who's your number 4 guy?
Mickey.
Mickey. I like that. 5.
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio in number 5. 6.
Mattingly.
7.
Wow. Yogi Berra.
I like your thinking. I like your thinking, Dad. We got a very similar thought of whatever. Number 8.
Oh my God. 8. Clutch. gonna say
Jesus.
Bernie Williams.
You're going to put Bernie Williams at 8. I like that pick.
Yeah.
And who is your 9th?
Clutch. Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill. All right, nice.
Yeah.
That's a serious lineup you got there. I like that. That's your dream lineup. That's a great one.
Oh my God, they probably win every World Series every year.
I know. Well, that's why it's just this is all for shits and giggles. This is
Yeah.
all for fun. It's just to see, like, especially since you followed baseball a lot longer than I have,
Yeah.
and just from what you've seen from when you started watching up until now, what you know of,
I'm sure I missed a few players, but
I know, but like it's not what you think would look good on paper. It's what you want to see.
Well, to me, these were guys I didn't see, which I mentioned, powerhouse Yankees. Superstars. How do you eliminate DiMaggio, Ruth, and Gehrig and Mickey? They're the biggest stars in Yankee history of all time. Jeter later, Paul O'Neill later. I didn't even mention Thurman Munson, who died at a young age. But
I like that though. That was good. That was good. I wanted to hit you with something just to even make things like.
Oh, hey, you got me off. Into a curveball.
Well, that's why there are things like on the car ride home, ladies and gentlemen. I like to give him a call. And we chit chat a little bit, especially on Thursdays. But I don't tell him everything I've jotted down.
As you noticed.
I like to keep him on his toes.
Any viewers besides Oopsie?
Oh, well, some people like to remain silent. Right now we have 2 viewers. Thank you for being part of the show.
Who do they think are the greatest Yankees of all time, if they're a Yankee fan?
Well, that's something, too, because they have... I put you on the spot right now. They have a second to think about this and decide whether or not they want to put a lineup out there in the chat.
Not even a lineup, just who are the greatest.
Oh, well, I'm still going with the whole...
Oh, it's a lineup, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no.
I mean, that question's been asked, who do you think the greatest Yankees forever? But, like, to hear somebody talk about their dream lineup...
I didn't include Roger Maris, but he was only on his team for a short time.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was a Yankee.
But he broke the record in 1961. But he was only there for like 5 years in Kansas City.
Yeah. The whole point of the question is, obviously, not going to happen.
No. Ever. Obviously.
But...
Yeah.
If it was like a Field of Dreams kind of movie...
Oh my God. There you go.
There you go.
Oh my God.
And you could put your favorite players of
Shoeless
all
Joe
time...
Jackson.
Shoeless Joe. If you could put your favorite players in baseball history and have them all playing together, have Jeter play...
And they're all dead.
Have Jeter play with freaking Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
That
would be a great movie. Now that you mentioned it. Imagine doing another movie like Costner did, Field of Dreams, or a different title, let's say, and bring all these other guys back.
You know what? I'll even throw you the start of it, right? Here we go. The movie starts like a lot of these fantasy movies start. I think the team was 78.
What?
I think the team was 78. What do you mean by that, Oopsie? That's a little vague right there.
Well, they came back from 14 games down.
Oh, 14 games down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Tied the Red Sox and beat them in the 1-game playoff.
So I think the movie would have to start with... I'm going to go with... It's a man in his late 70s, right?
Yeah.
And he has... It's his last dying wish of what could happen, what would he like to see? And then he pitches that out. And then he gets to go back to a moment in time that he is most comfortable with and see people pulled from the future, from the past, from the present into one baseball game. How's that for a movie pitch?
What field? Iowa?
Iowa, right? In the cornfields?
That was a great movie, by the way. Whoever thought of that.
I love Field of Dreams. James Earl Jones, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, phenomenal.
They were great
Ray
together.
Liotta.
Oh my God, Ray Liotta as Shoeless Joe.
The only problem with Ray Liotta was Shoeless Joe Jackson was left-handed.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy over here throwing shit out like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing you noticed in the movie. He was batting righty,
Yeah.
and Shoeless Joe was lefty.
Yeah.
You have like this, Dad. See, you fascinate me all the time with the knowledge that you throw out there.
It's not knowledge. It's just something I knew.
I know, but these are things I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I'm learning something from you every time we do this show. I think that's super cool, man.
Yeah, I think Lou Gehrig was right-handed. Gary Cooper.
Oh.
And obviously Lou Gehrig was left-handed.
Hmm.
And Lou Gehrig and Gary Cooper looked just like him. Just like him. Perfect match as an actor to a star, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready to do another quick break?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to take another quick break. Don't worry, if you've watched previous episodes of this show, we're not going to be gone for 15 minutes.
No.
We're going to take about maybe like a 3-minute break right now, stretch our legs. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And, of course, obviously, thank you so much for joining and hanging out. All right, everybody, we're back. Back from our quick break. We're ready to chat a little bit more.
I was just yelling at him because there's nothing to talk about sports. That's just me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like I said, Matt, if sports was going on, we could talk about what happened last night, what's happening right now.
No, I know. There'd definitely be a lot more to talk about.
Hard.
But as of right now, we have what we have to talk about. The draft is, relevant at this moment in time. There are things to talk about. And just like I said before, is that every time we do this show and we just shoot the shit,
Yeah.
I learn a little bit more, especially from you.
Not too much.
Oh, come on. You hear this guy? So you put your dream lineup together.
Yeah.
Now, from my knowledge of baseball, I think this would be my dream lineup. Taking players from the past and as of today. Number one, I'm going to go starting off. First batting up, Jeter.
Okay.
Second, I'm going to go DiMaggio.
Okay.
Third, I'm going to go the Babe.
Yeah.
Fourth, I am going to go Mickey Mantle as cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth, I'm going to go Yogi Berra.
Okay. He was clutch.
Sixth, I'm going to go Jorge Posada.
Mm.
Seventh, ooh, I'm going to put Gardner in there.
Okay.
But I'm going to go like earlier Gardner days.
Yeah.
Not like today Gardner.
He's
like,
been good.
I know, but I'm going to go like in his hot season Gardner. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when like, he,
It's not last year.
I know. But I'm talking about like young legs Gardner. Speed on the
Yeah, you're
bases.
looking at like 2009.
I'm going to go Maris.
Okay.
And in the ninth spot, you know who I always liked?
Yeah.
Sheffield. I'm putting Sheffield in there.
Wow.
I always liked Gary
Yeah,
Sheffield.
you got a lot of disagreements there.
I know, but I just...
Posada, Sheffield, no Lou Gehrig.
It's got to be different. I can't put the same lineup you put out there. But I just...
He might have been one of the greatest Yankees of all time.
There was something about Gary Sheffield to me, especially... Like, he's just waving that bat around like it's a feather.
Yeah.
Now, just imagine you had to go through those 8 players I just named, and then the last guy you see is just... He's just...
Oh, yeah.
That's intimidating if you're a pitcher.
Massive power hitter. I think he was a steroid guy, but that's only my opinion. Never proven.
We're not going based on steroids and things like that.
No. It was never proven anyway. But I had a feeling.
But that's what I think.
Okay.
And,
way different.
to all our friends and family and fans and
He only
anybody
picked
out
Posada
there,
because he loves Posada. That's why.
he's one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to put him in there. It's my dream lineup. Not your dream lineup. It's my dream lineup.
Yep.
We did yours.
Yeah.
My turn. That's mine.
Again, like I said, I don't know, bro. There was
One
so
thing
many-
I loved about Posada is he had power on both sides of the plate.
Yep.
He was a clutch hitter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in that one season where it was the last year of his contract, hits 40 doubles
Yeah.
with his knees.
Could have been triples with speed.
That's mind blowing though. But we're talking. This was later in his career,
Yeah.
and he had 40 doubles that season.
42.
Huh. I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
For those that are watching now or do watch later on when we're not live anymore, you watch this afterwards.
Yeah.
If you find this question interesting, please let us know what your dream lineup for your team. Whether you're a Boston fan,
Yeah.
whether you're a Dodger fan, whatever, Toronto.
I could do a Met thing, and I'm not a Met fan.
Well, we're New York fans. I
I
mean,
know.
we're Yankee fans, but
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
do a Met one?
Met one?
Okay, who's your from past to now? What would your top 9 be if you were the
We're
manager
not
of the
even
Mets?
including pitches, right? Obviously.
If you want to,
Well, right
it's
away.
your lineup.
right away.
These are the 9 guys that are going to bat for you.
No, they hit, but I can't include pitchers. We're talking about hitters.
You can, because there are pitchers out there that can hit the ball.
Yeah, you know, but the 2 guys I would include, I'm a Met fan, is Tom Seaver and Dwight Gooden, right away.
Oh, they hit the ball?
No, but they were the greatest pitchers they ever had.
Oh, well, that's a different question.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about, here we go. Oh, there you
Starting
go.
lineup.
You're not your lineup, you're starting pitching staff. Who's your top 5?
What team? Mets?
Well, you know what? We're going to get back to the Mets in a second, because now I want to hear your Mets lineup and then your Mets starting pitching from past to present. But I want to know your Yankees, because we are Yankee fans first.
Yankee pitchers.
Your top 5 dream lineup from past to
Yankee
now.
pitchers, okay.
Starting pitchers.
Right. Right away, I gotta say.
Who's your number 1 guy?
Whitey Ford.
Whitey Ford.
Yeah.
Number 2?
Ron Guidry.
Guidry. Okay.
Yeah.
3?
Oh, see, I didn't see all the other guys that in years past, so I have no idea. I would say.
Remember, this is like a fantasy team that you're putting together. Fantasy starting pitching lineup.
Trying to think of the great pitchers that they had later on. Guidry, Ford.
Well, even today, too.
Yeah, even today. Oh my God. Oof. Tough one.
That's a good question right there,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Chet?
That's
a good question.
Really a tough one. I can't say Sabathia because he wasn't.
Yes, you can.
Well, he wasn't originally Yankee. I don't think he was.
No, if they played for the Yankees, you can use them.
Yeah. Pettit.
Okay, so you got Pettit as your 3rd.
Mariano.
Mariano as your 4th.
Yeah.
Mariano. Wait,
Mariano should have been first.
No. Mariano's not a starter.
Oh, you said starters. Okay.
I said starting.
Oh God.
So you had Ford, you had Guidry,
Yeah.
you have Pettit. Who's your 4th starting pitcher?
I would say probably that I know of right now would be Tanaka.
Tanaka. Remember, you can go through the history of Yankee pitchers.
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember the pitchers from the 30s and 40s. No idea.
You got one more.
5th one. Let's see. 5th one would be. I can't name the new guy, right? He hasn't pitched yet.
Is he a Yankee?
Well, now he is.
Doesn't matter. You can name him.
Garrett Cole.
All right, so Cole would be your 5th.
But he hasn't pitched yet for the Yankees.
Hey, Dad, that's not the question.
He's a Yankee.
He's a Yankee. I said Yankee pitchers from past to today.
But he hasn't pitched yet.
It doesn't matter. He's a Yankee pitcher now.
Okay.
Okay? You can use him.
Let me tell you something. To me, the Mets will be easier than the Yankees.
Well, we'll get into your lineup in a second. We're gonna do your starting 9 hitting for the Mets, and then starting pitcher.
That's tough.
Now I know it's tough. Think about it. I'm gonna go through my top 5 pitchers for the Yankees.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go Whitey Ford, starting it off, right? He's gonna be followed up by CC.
Okay.
I'm talking about CC in his Bulldog days, where he was pitching 9 innings, no problem, 98,
Well,
99.
the Yankees for over 10 years.
I know. Dad, it doesn't matter how long they were with the Yankees. It's not the point of the question.
Okay.
It's a dream. It's a fantasy thought.
Okay, go ahead.
All right?
Go ahead, go.
So I got Ford,
CC.
CC. Of course, you know I'm going to put my guy in there, Mike Messina.
That's who I should put in.
Messina's going to be in there, and we're going to talk
Damn it.
Messina like when he developed the knuckle curve Messina.
God, I should have remembered.
I want him as my 3rd starter. I'm going to go... We'll put Cole in as 4th.
Yeah.
And I'm putting Roger Clemens in as my 5th.
Very good. Forgot about him, too.
Yep. Clemens is going to be my 5th starter.
Oh, my God. Boom! Shame on me.
That's all right. You had some. You have a really great starting line.
I
Starting
forgot about
pitching
Roger
staff.
Clemens because I always thought of him as a Boston guy in Toronto.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Clemens was the reason I fell in love with starting pitching.
Yeah.
You know, and I just thought it was
Competitor, really.
fantastic.
Crazy
and
shit that he did.
whatever, and he was a loyal teammate. Like, you don't fuck with my guys, or I'm gonna mess
No,
with
if
yours.
somebody threw at his guy,
Yeah,
he's headhunted right away.
he's headhunting, and there's something about that is just like
Old school, Bob Gibson.
old school, and I'm a big fan of old school.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So now we won't go with the Mets starting pitching right away if you were a manager, but we'll start with the lineup. Your top 9 hitters,
For,
the Mets.
oh my God, it gotta be,
Over the history of the Mets.
that I know of.
Guys, in the past till now, if you were a Met manager and you could put your top 9 guys, whoever they are, from whatever, doesn't matter how long they were a Met.
Okay, all right. Doesn't matter what, where I put it. Keith Hernandez.
They have to be starting pitchers. That's all they have to
You
be.
said pitches. Oh, I thought.
Oh no! Oh yeah. No. You're right. The lineup.
Keith
So,
Hernandez, Gary Carter.
who's batting third?
Oh my God.
See, I love this.
Strawberry.
Oh, okay. Nice. I was wondering when he was going to make an appearance in the
Yeah.
lineup.
That was Strawberry.
So he's batting. Who's batting cleanup?
Let's see in the Mets history. Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
He's
Okay.
there. He's been there. Yeah,
Okay.
Set the rookie record.
Number 5.
Let's see. Oh my God. I'm thinking.
I'd love to get
Tommy Agee.
Tommy Agee. Okay.
Yeah, 69 World Series.
Who's batting 6th?
Don Clendenin.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a Met. Traded from Pittsburgh to the Mets.
Number 7 now.
Let's see. Oh shit! What was his name? Can't think of his name right now. Oh, Piazza.
Mike Piazza, batting 7.
I forgot about him. He should have been earlier, but
That's okay. You gotta. From the players that I recognize, you have a very solid lineup right now.
He was unbelievable with the Mets. He was a Dodger first, but
Who's batting 8th?
I'll say Buddy Harrelson.
Buddy Harrelson's
Yeah,
batting
he
8th.
was a great shortstop for the Mets in the 60s.
For top 5 pitchers, okay, Mr. Oopsie, he says Jackson DH.
Who?
Jackson, SDH?
For what
Question
team?
mark. For the Mets? Are we talking? Yeah, I think we're talking the Mets still. I know the delay's not that bad. But who's your number 9 though?
I'll say Howard Johnson.
Howard Johnson. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's Papa K's top
Listen,
9.
I know everybody, Met fan, will disagree with me.
I
Except
know.
for maybe 4 or 5.
But once again, this is all
I'm sure I
just
forgot
kind of a
somebody.
fantasy question right here. We just kind of want to see.
Al Jackson was the only one I remember.
That might be who he's talking
On the
about.
Mets. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize, Oopsie. It's just some of your messages, they're a little vague. And because of like the 20-30 second delay. Hold on a second. Look above the top 5 pitchers, LOL. Okay. Here we go. I think the team was 78.
Of what team?
That's what that's what. So you're talking about the top 5 pitchers from the 78 Mets? Is that what you're talking about?
No. They were terrible then.
Maybe. What about the top 5 pitchers for the 78 Yankees? Were they good?
Mike Gendry.
Well,
He was number 1. That was the year they came back, I told you. 14 games behind.
okay. Oopsie has given us his 5.
Go ahead. I'm watching. Of what team?
And it looks like the Yanks. Number 1, Rivera, which, Oopsie, I do want to point out, though, we said starting pitching, not closers.
Right.
But you got 1 is Rivera, 2 Ford, 3 Ruffling, 4 Pettit, 5 Gomez.
Okay.
I guess you didn't get in the message before I posted top 5 pitches.
Lefty Gomez. Red Ruffing.
Yeah, no, that did not. Before that, before top 5 pitchers was, I think the team was 78, and above that is what we got in chat right now is, I think it's a good idea because, you know, you were talking about A-Rod in that message, so. But yeah, we didn't get that message until, you know, if this is what you're posting now. But you can't use Rivera, so you gotta switch your number 1 off.
One guy off.
Yeah, you gotta switch your number 1 guy off. Has to be a starting pitcher.
Yeah. I can tell you the greatest Mets pitchers. Did I say it yet?
We didn't get into the, okay, so
okay.
we're going to get into that right now. We're going to go with Papa K. If he was the Met manager and he could pick any 5 starting pitchers for the New York Mets.
Starters.
It's got to be your starting 5 pitchers for the New York Mets. You're the manager. You could pick any pitcher. Doesn't matter how long they played for the Mets.
Sounds like Abbott Costello. You're the manager.
Yeah, you're the manager.
You know the players.
You know the players' names, right?
Yeah.
Play with them every day.
Yeah, who's up first? What's that say? Okay. Mets. Right away. Tom Steve.
He's starting.
Right away.
Who's your second starting pitcher?
I'll say Jerry Kuzman.
Kuzman. Third?
White Gooden.
Gooden.
Yeah.
Fourth?
I'll say Ron Darling.
Darling.
Pretty damn good.
And fifth?
Let's see. DeGrom.
Yeah, I knew you were going to put DeGrom in there somewhere because
I can't say the other guy.
You love DeGrom.
Yeah. I think he's great.
Oh, hold on a second. I meant Johnson as a DH and Roger Clemens. See? Oopsie and I, we literally are brothers, man. We literally are brothers, bro. I'm picking Clemens. I am fascinated about this, though, ladies and gentlemen. Chat, I'm fascinated about this. You saw how fast he went through Mets starting pitchers and how long it took him to do the Yankee ones. Are you a Mets fan?
No.
I'm only messing
But I
with
watch.
No.
Even like last year, if the Yankees are not on, I watch the Mets, and vice versa.
I mean,
If they're both on, I'll watch the Yankees when they're up, and the Mets when they're not up.
Yeah.
Because it's usually if they start at the same time, like at 7 o'clock.
As a big fan of starting pitching, I do enjoy watching the Mets just to watch guys like DeGrom and Syndergaard.
I don't even do it because of that. You know what I love?
That's what
the announcers. I loved Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill and and I love Gary Cohen and Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
I think they're great play-by-play guys, color commentators, both of them. And 2 out of 3 were players. You know, Gary Cohen never played, and Michael Kay never played.
Yeah.
So I love listening to guys that know the game but announce the game.
Hoopsie says, but he loves Mets pitching. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
They have had amazing lineups through the years. Yeah, no, I definitely.
Yeah. They went to the World Series against the Yankees in 2000 with a crap lineup that I thought, but Bobby Valentine got these guys to play, and he had, like I said, he had Mike Piazza, he had Elgato Alfonso, great second baseman, shortstop, whatever. You know, what's his name? Peyton in center field. You know, they had players that got bad luck.
Yeah.
Really.
No.
First game they could have beat the Yankees. If the guy doesn't make the running mistake, what's his name? Todd Zeile hits the ball off the left field wall. Right, the guy's on first, and he's running right, or he stops a little bit and gets run out of the plate. It hits the top of the wall and comes back. If it's a 2-run homer, that game changes. automatically. Mets probably win that game. But it goes 12 innings. Paul O'Neill draws a 4-out walk. 12-pitch walk. And boom, boom, boom. They tie the game against Armando Benitez.
What was the year again?
2000.
2000.
Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
Subway Series.
Subway Series, yeah.
My memory's kind of shot.
Oh, Joe Beningo.
I wonder what that's from.
Joe Beningo. Well, I think it was still on overnights then. And he was going crazy.
Although
It was the biggest series since the Yankees and the Dodgers in the 50s.
Yeah.
Because there was, two hometown
And I
teams.
remember, so at the time, I was 13.
Uh-huh.
And I do remember the Subway Series going on, but at the time, I've said in previous SportsCasts that we've done, is I was a bigger fan. At that time, I'd gotten more into skateboarding and things, so I was watching more X Games.
Yeah.
But,
Me? I was going nuts watching that first game, 12 innings. Are you kidding me? I thought they were going to lose. Yankees took 2-0 lead. Mets came right back 3-2. In the 7th inning, if I remember correctly.
I hope in our time together
Yeah.
that we get to see another Subway Series, because I can truly appreciate it much more now than I could back in 2000.
Well, right now, if the Mets, they got a great potential lineup right now. This guy, Pete Alonso, is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Jeff McNeil, phenomenal.
I'm listening.
They got, obviously, they lost Syndergaard, but they got DeGrom. To me, it's their pitching.
All right, we got from Mr. Oopsie.
Yeah.
He says, "I love Piazza, man." Yeah, Piazza, a legendary Met all around.
Yeah.
Another guy too, I believe, is a class act.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
And I think probably the greatest catcher of all time besides Yogi Berra, but that's just me. Oh, going back to Piazza.
Johnny Bench.
Well, he believes, other than Yogi as being the best catcher of all time, he's putting Piazza in there as one of the best catchers
Last
of all
week he
time.
said Johnny Bench.
Last week you said Johnny Bench, Oopsie. Oopsie, put the bottle down. And then we got Jesse Smith in the chat. What's happening, my man? How you doing, bro? And he writes, my Twins won the World Series twice, 89 and 91.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse.
And
haven't
had a sniff after that.
But as a Twins fan, you want to put in your top 5 starting pitchers in Twins history?
Oof.
We'll see if Papa K over here, because I sure shit ain't gonna recognize a lot of guys.
No, I will.
We'll see. We're putting Papa K to the test tonight.
I'll.
We're putting him to the test right now.
The guy that pitched a no-hitter when he came to the Mets was the Twins. Great pitcher.
What was his name?
Good question. Right now, I can't think of it.
I bet you Jesse could answer it.
Yeah. Left-hander.
He was a left-hander.
Yeah.
He pitched for the Mets, but he was a Twin before the Mets.
He used to, try to always beat the Yankees. We always beat the Twins. Unfortunately for Twin fans. He would pitch 7 innings, and the game would be close. The minute the Twins brought their bullpen in, we beat them. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. When they changed teams.
Oh, so they're the old Washington Senators, and they became the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah. Because Washington lost their team until the Nationals came in. Right now, Washington Nationals. It's only my opinion, but I'm not sure if I'm right on that. I remember the Twins in the 60s. Alvin Kilbrew.
Well, if Jesse wants to add into the chat his top 5 starting pitchers for the Twins, and okay, so the rules are this, Jesse. This is how it's going to go down. You can pick starting pitchers that were a Minnesota Twin. Doesn't matter how long they were a Twin, for whatever span. You can pick them from the past, from all the way when the Twins started up until now. Who would be your top 5 starting pitchers for the Minnesota Twins if you were the manager and you could put these guys in? Doesn't matter if they're alive or deceased. You could put them in your top 5, starting with number 1.
Okay.
Throw it in there. Well, I've noticed something about
the
I've
lineups.
noticed, and I'm, I've learned something about you, Jesse. Is you got quite a knowledge on sports as well. So very, very awesome, and I'm excited.
How old is Jesse?
How old? I think he's roughly around my age.
Okay. Now I remember, like I said, Minnesota Twins from way back, but no pitchers that I can remember.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if he knows this or if I'm wrong. I think they were the Washington Senators, and later on became the Minnesota Twins. I think.
Okay.
You know why I know they were Washington Senators? It was Mickey Mantle hit the longest home runs off the Washington Senators pitches. Yeah.
Okay.
Camilo Pascual.
That was fun, though.
Oh, they did a thing about what we said last week about home run things, you know? That was nonsense about Babe Ruth hitting 575 feet.
Oh, yeah? They brought that up?
Yeah, they brought it up, yeah. They said Mickey Mantle was the guy that initiated tape measures. That wasn't even around then. That's what I heard.
This just, listen, I understand I've had I've had a couple cold ones since we've started the show, but we talked about the tape measure, and then it's brought up on a sports show.
Last week.
When last week? Because our show, we do it every Thursday night.
This past week. Before last week. We did it on Thursday, and I heard it this week. There was no such thing as and it was a guy that's a baseball guy, an analyst.
Is somebody watching us?
He goes,
is this coincidence?
He goes, there was no such thing.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That'd be,
I'm not supporting Mickey Mantle, who's my guy. But I always told you, I always thought he...
I just thought it was funny because we had the conversation then it's mentioned on...
And I heard it, yeah. I just brought it up.
I'm only messing around, though.
And like I said, tape measures started with Mickey Mantle. And what's his name? What's it? Billy Crystal, who did 61.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the guys. Bob Costas, great announcer, still to this day, said, nobody hit the ball further than Mantle, and that's why they started the tape measure. And they showed the highlights in the news, the arrows where he hit the ball, left, right, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I still to this day. Hold on a second. Fastest base. Okay, so Mr. Oopsie is asking.
Yeah.
Fastest base runner of all time.
Oh my God! Wow.
Good question, Oopsie.
Ooh.
Do you got a couple names that off the bat?
I know the fastest. We went through the base deal. It was Ricky. Fastest
of
runner.
all time.
Oh my God, that's tough.
We'll just throw your best guess out there.
I'm trying to think. Hopefully he knows because...
Oh, I'm sure he knows. You wouldn't ask the question.
Shows how I don't know. Fastest runner.
And he's saying right now he followed up the question with fastest run around all three bases of all time and by who?
Wow.
Who's one of the I'm going to say...
That's hard.
Wait, no. What was... Okay, this is going to be funny. What was the... In Major League, he goes, I hit like Mays and I run like Hayes.
Yeah, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays Hayes?
Yeah, well, that was his name in the movie.
Yeah.
In real life, it was Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Yeah.
He was fast?
Yeah.
I'm going him.
Yeah. I'll say Vader Pinson.
Hold on a second. We got...
Might have been Mickey Mantle.
Okay, so he says Ricky is one of the fastest base runner, but not three fastest. Not the three fastest.
No, I don't know. What's that? I don't know. There were so many guys that went on base that were fast. I don't know.
I think you stumped him, Oopsie.
Oh, who the fuck? Base runners. I don't know. I know all the guys that were fast. Mickey Mantle was fast.
Listen, but we're talking about the top. And Dad, you wanted the questions.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oopsie's handing you questions.
Fastest guy around the bases. Oh, right. Yeah,
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Could be from way before I even watched baseball. I don't know.
Okay, I won't mention that yet. Oopsie, we're gonna give Papa K a few more seconds here, but Oopsie's already put the answer down as the first.
Oh, God. Initials?
All right, he wants initials, Oopsie.
Oh, it's too vague. You got 150.
It's a great question, though.
Yeah, but you got 150 years of baseball.
Well, we got to remember something. You saying that was vague. You said I want interactions.
I know, but I can't remember shit that happened 100 years ago. I'm not that good.
Well,
initials.
Now you got to brush up on some of your knowledge now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just going to punch it in my phone. Initials.
He wants initials. All right, we're waiting. You got to remember, Dad. We got to give it a second because we do have a delay.
I probably won't even get that. Fastest runner around the bases. Wow. Got me. What do you think?
Was Willie Mays one of them? Was he?
Oh, he was fast.
I just want to know if he was one of the top three.
I have no idea. Like I said, Mickey was the fastest man to run down first base.
All right, I'm going to give Oopsie a chance to answer. Or not answer, but just give us initials. If he doesn't give initials soon, we'll tell you what he had written down in the chat. How's that sound?
Mickey Mantle was the fastest down first base of all time.
Okay. Hold on a second.
That recorded at that time.
Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, nice. All right. So, I'm going to throw this in while Oopsie's doing his typing. Okay, Oopsie, okay, he's answered. But Jesse Smith has put in his top 5 pitchers.
All right, for who? Minnesota?
For the Twins.
Right.
So he's putting in Pedro Ramos.
Okay, I remember him.
Mudcat Grant.
Sure. A pitch for Cleveland, too.
And he's look at this. He's even put the years in, too. 61, 66. Jim Perry, 70.
Okay.
Dave Goltz, 79.
Him I don't remember.
And Brad Ratka, 96.
Wow.
Nice, Jesse.
I'm surprised Jesse didn't put the guy in that went to the Mets. And I can't think of his name.
You sure it wasn't one of those guys?
No. Recognize his name right away.
So, Oopsie has given us, the first, and this is the first of the fastest base runners.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And his initials are HW. I'll give you another hint. I just want to see if you guess this. His last name. What's a good hint I can give you that's not giving away too much? His last name it's the name of a football team in our division. And that's his last name.
Washington.
Okay. What's his first name? H.W. H. Washington. You give up?
Yeah. think of Homer.
Nope.
No.
I can't thank my grandfather for getting me into baseball as a kid. I can thank my grandfather for getting me into baseball as a kid. Grandfather's a good man, Jesse. Baseball, great sport.
I don't know.
Herb Washington.
Oh, shit.
Does it ring a bell now?
Yeah.
Oh, you got him again, Oopsie.
Yeah. I remember his name.
And
Who the hell has a name like Herb?
he says 13.85 seconds.
Around the bases.
And Buxton for the second question. So Buxton was the second fastest. So
I'm trying to think of this guy, Minnesota fan, why he didn't pick the guy that was traded to the Mets, who was a Minnesota guy. Pitched a no-hitter. The only no-hitter for the Mets.
Well, maybe we could ask Jesse right now.
Go ahead.
Who was? Well, you ask him.
Who was the guy that was your guy, Minnesota, that was traded to the Mets, and I think pitched the only no-hitter for the Mets, which was bogus because before replay, Carlos Beltran had hit the ball on the left field line. It was fair, and they called a foul. That would have been the only hit. Oh, what's his name?
Well, maybe Jesse can help us out here.
Oh my God! I know he was a Twin. Pitched against the Yankees in the American League many times in the playoffs.
And also, while you're writing this, we got Oopsie calling us right now.
Uh-oh.
Nope, missed it.
Wow.
I didn't answer it in time. It must have been. I have the phone on silent. Oopsie, I do apologize. But while we're doing the show, I like to kind of keep as what's the best way to put it? I don't like having the phone on because my notifications go off a lot. So I do apologize for just missing a call.
Boy, my mind is going weird.
But I
got his initials in my head.
You think about it. I got to talk to Jesse real quick. Jesse?
That's the guy I'm talking about with the Minnesota Twins.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm also friends with Jesse on Twitch as well.
Okay.
And Jesse, I looked because now that I've played Resident Evil 3, I haven't beaten it yet, but I figure I'm allowed to see first reactions up until where I'm at. You didn't post your first reaction video.
Oh.
Come on, man. Is that the guy? Come on, man.
Sounds like Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I always said I was looking for it because, Jesse and I, and even Oopsie, we've all highly anticipated the Resident Evil 3 remake, and I requested. Okay. Now, I could be wrong, Jesse. I know I said it to Passion, but I believe I said it to you too, that if you could post your first reactions on your YouTube channel. I looked. I saw your Inferno speedrun on there. I can't watch that yet. I haven't beaten the game yet, man. Come on, man.
Johan Santana.
Johan Santana?
That was the guy. He was a Minnesota Twin. I went through the alphabet.
He figured it out.
Went to the Mets, pitched a no-hitter. Ex-Minnesota Twin.
All right.
Great picture. We're
going to be back in about 60 seconds. I got to use the little boys' room. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to put those, I don't know. No, you already answered. If that answer is correct, make sure you put that in chat. I'll be right back. All right, we're back, everybody. And yeah, we saw that message. Yep. Jesse says you were right, Pops.
Hey, I remember it well. Does he remember that it was it should have been a hit if they had reviews? Carlos Beltran. It was a single.
Was it a single? No,
Yeah.
he says in the chat, you
It
were
would have
right.
been a double, actually, but they said it was foul. But if replay showed it now, it would have been a one-hitter. Ruined his career.
Yeah?
Yeah, they what's his name? The manager, I forgot it. I don't know if it was Bobby Valentine. Let him stay in. He threw 137 pitches, whatever. Yeah, and after that, he was never the same pitcher.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it does tax your arm a little bit. Now we're past the 2-hour marker now. It's typically how long we're doing our shows at this moment in time. Right off the bat, we want to give a big thank you to you, Mr. Oopsie, and Jesse Smith for jumping in and saying what's up and chatting with us. We always love the conversation, and the Dad, I know you love the trivia questions.
On this day yesterday, Yankee fans, Whitey Ford pitched a 14-inning 1-0 shutout.
1-0 shutout.
14 innings.
Wow.
You'll never see that again.
So you get a little from yesterday. So today is the 23rd, so the 22nd.
Yeah.
Little history right there.
Yeah. Which I saw.
And as always, we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and that's been tuning in and hanging out with us and having a good time. Hope you're having a good time.
And we're hoping we'll talk about major sports down the road.
Yeah. We will continue to keep our eye on the draft, especially for the Giants. You know, hopefully that O-line gets a little
Rangers,
bit bigger.
Yankees, Mets, whatever.
But as always, guys, thank you so much.
Stay safe.
And be safe out there.
Yeah.
Don't leave your house if you don't have to.
No. My nephew has not left the house for 6 weeks now. Who has issues? Yeah.
If you have health issues, yes.
My darling boy Joe.
Stay home, stay safe, and we will catch you next week. We'll be back again on Thursdays. We like to do this show live now on Thursday nights, Eastern Time at 9 p.m. is when we normally fire everything up. You'll catch the startup and everything like that about 8:55, but you guys know how the drill goes. Be safe, take care, and we'll see you later. Have a good one now.
Later.